And what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the All Star Sports Show.
That was Monday, Rob.
I'm sorry.
Today is Thursday, my bro.
Well, there's a blooper for y'all. Well, good grief.
And immediately to start the dang show, you
I
mess
went
up
on the
something.
wrong show.
Here's the thing, guys. If you know this channel, this happens quite often from this guy right here. And I rib him every dang time because the opportunity always presents itself every time.
Yeah.
So I had to rib you again. Yeah, that show was on Monday, Rob. And this is a sports show. To clear that up for you guys, this is not a wrestling podcast.
Well, welcome to another episode of the All Star Sports Show, episode number 15. God damn it.
It's real sports edition. That's what this is.
But if you guys need to make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Because, boy, this past week, I would say it's been really, not say weird, but it's been somewhat busy.
Mostly it's been a busy week in sports. I'm like, we got a lot to talk about this week.
Case in point, first things first. We got a couple teams. Well, we'll get to the NFC and NFC title game predictions. But Lamar is expecting a quote unquote heavyweight fight against Mahomes. Honestly, I'm not shocked from what he said about that because
Lamar, please end the misery, bro. Please.
Yeah, it's
I can't stand another week of seeing Taylor Swift. I cannot stand another week, bro.
Nah.
I can't,
especially over here in the Philadelphia area.
First, she became the traitor. I'm kidding. She ain't a traitor. That's not. It doesn't even matter to me. To me, the Chiefs they're not even our rival anyway. So I don't really give a shit. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
But dude, enough. I don't want to see her every fucking week.
The only person I'd rather see that actually is entertaining is Jason Kelsey. Literally,
I want to talk about that for a second.
Why? Just having his shirt off and they
best damn brother of all fucking time. I mean, I have great brothers, so like for some reason he even surpassed them, right? So what happened? What happened there was he screams like a freaking madman, takes his shirt off, and leaps out of the damn press box. Somehow clears drinks.
Yeah, without even spilling it.
Drinks. He cleared them. I saw the clip. He cleared the drinks. He didn't even land on them. He landed past them.
Yeah, it's.
I'm like, how the hell?
He started shotgunning like some like freaking beer with the Bills Mafia.
He starts shotgunning beer. He's yelling because his brother scored a touchdown with his shirt off.
And it's also funny that Kyle's like, you better not fucking do it.
Kyle's like, you better not fucking do this.
It's like, I'm going to do it.
Let me tell you something, Kylie. Kylie, if you're probably not even watching this because we're not big enough, but Kylie, you can never stop a man in fuck it mode, okay?
Yep, pretty much.
You can never stop a man in fuck it mode.
But it's not just that. It's also kind of like just if you ever see like Kylie and Jason Kelsey together, they're just fucking hilarious as shit. They'll try to.
They rib each other. They rib Travis. They gang up on freaking Travis.
Yeah, Wesley, I don't know why, but
like bro, and Travis is like, bro, y'all are ganging up on me.
But and going into that as well, saw the Bills. Good Lord, probably the best game I've seen the Bills play in the postseason. Because let's be real, them and the
Josh Allen, the team around him always chokes. The team around him always chokes. 0-3 in the postseason. What? Like on the road? They said he's 0-3 on the road.
I think either home or on the road. I can't remember.
I think it was on the road, or I'm not sure, but like
he's put him some good. See, that's
but he's always lost to the Chiefs. Every matchup since they've made the playoffs.
Yeah, which is
they've lost to the Chiefs. AFC Championship game, which I think was a bunch of bullshit because they got carried by the overtime rule where the first person that scores wins.
Yeah, and they actually had a legitimate argument to they actually had the overtime rule changed.
But then again, that argument was voided when they lost again in overtime the next year.
Yeah,
when they had a chance to come and win the game.
I think it might have been against. I think it might have been against us that over.
No, no, it wasn't. Wait, was it?
I think it
No,
might have been.
our game didn't go to overtime.
Yeah, we did. When against the Bills.
Oh, that was against us in the regular season. I'm talking about playoffs.
Playoffs.
Playoffs didn't even have a chance to go to overtime
I
because
don't
the
think
Chiefs
so.
freaking beat that. Holy no, that was the Bengals. We know that. No, it wasn't.
I think it might have
I'm
been.
completely butchering this. Let's move on. I have no clue.
But
I don't remember
speaking with
what
the
happened last year,
Bills,
other than my team going to the Super Bowl and losing to the Chiefs.
Bills Mafia, especially that 5%, we got to have a conversation. So for those who are not wondering, Tyler Bass got death threats. Like
Death threats. And you think we're bad? You think we're bad?
Because trust me, if our 5% of the fan base did that, good Lord, we won't hear the end of it.
Bro, we'd be dogging them on this show.
Oh, yeah.
Are you serious? Death threats? You wish a man dead because he missed a kick in a meaningless
wide to the right
game? Come on.
It's like, oh boy. Because here's the thing,
dumb. Oh, we want you dead because you missed a kick in a football game.
Like, which does not matter to you, to the average.
You're not the one getting paid. You're not the one on the team. You're just a fan of the team.
Exactly.
You being a fan of a football team doesn't warrant somebody in that football team getting death threats at all. At all. You don't say, "Oh, I'm gonna kill," or "I want you dead," or "I hope you die." Like none of that.
And shoot, if you go back, remember we saw this once before. Go back to the Bears fan base in 2018 when Cody Parkey had that double doink. He never lived the hit.
But here's the thing, though. I was pissed at them too for the death threats there.
That was absolute disgusting.
Because I was like, dude, not even us, not even Eagles fans did that shit when he was with Philly.
No.
Yeah, we called him a trash kicker, but that was about it. And plus, if you look at that,
yeah, exactly. That's what we're saying.
But hold on. If you really look at that play, if it wasn't blocked by a fingertip, that shit was going in.
We could have had an overtime right then and there.
No, because it was 16-15. They would have won it, 18-16.
Yeah, it's either way.
Cody Parkey's kick would have went in if it didn't get blocked by a fingertip of an Eagles player. A fingertip. So you're gonna give Cody Parkey death threats because of a fingertip? Come on.
And now
I was mad when that happened. I'm like, you really gonna send this guy death threats over a kick that wasn't really his fault because it got blocked?
Yeah. And Tyler Bass, man.
Tyler Bass, I feel bad for the kid because if you saw the presser after the game, he was like visibly upset.
He was heartbroken.
He was heartbroken
because that was a game time.
And he flat out said, I should have made that kick. I let my team down. That was on me.
And it's also kind of crazy too. I don't want to really think about this, but it's just like in terms of anytime the Bills in the postseason, there's always that two haunting words: wide right. Because remember, back in
one of they lost 4 straight Super Bowls in the
90s. To the goddamn
wide right, wide left.
Coincidental, you can't tell me.
Always in all 4 of the Super Bowl appearances in the 90s, all those kicks, all of them ended in a field goal miss.
Yeah, which is the most unfortunate you can. But also at the same time,
and somebody pointed this out, and I'm like, nah, that's bullshit. Like, you believe in curses? Come on. Like, the whole thing. Like, I saw a guy. He's like, do you know where Highmark Highmark Stadium is next to? A damn cemetery.
I don't believe that. That's a bunch of malarkey if I ever heard some.
It's right next to a cemetery. But again, though, it's a stupid curse that they believe. Stupid.
I mean,
just admit that your team chokes in the playoffs. Come on, like it's been that way since the 90s.
Yeah, but obviously, and that was also brings up another argument with Stephon Diggs because for me, I've always said, if there's some amount of playoff bullshit that he can take, and I think he might be on his way out.
I think if they lose, he has to be at his wit's end. He has to be. Again, like you just said, there's only so much that an elite receiver who's always losing in the playoffs can take.
Exactly. I mean, the dude's a consistent 1,000-yard receiver, and yet has to put up with this bullshit almost the last.
And I feel like it's driving him mad because the team that he left has always been winning in the playoffs. That's the Chiefs.
Diggs was a Viking.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of Tyreek Hill, motherfucker. Okay, Stephon Diggs, he won a playoff game.
Yeah,
but he always came up short with the Vikings, and then came up short again with the Bills.
And especially during his tenure with the Bills. I mean, the dude,
he's got to be thinking something's got to give
here. Because, and if you looked at it, they got the second worst cap space. They're the second worst in the league in terms of cap space going into 2024.
Oh, they do, yeah. They're in cap hell. They're in cap hell.
Because they still got to pay. They're still paying Josh Allen on the books. They overpaid for Von Miller, who, what the fuck has he done as of recently coming off that ACL injury?
Here's the thing: they overpaid for an aging Von Miller. If this was 2015 Von Miller,
yeah, like this contract would have been terrible.
If it was 2015 Von Miller, that'd be worth the price. But this is 2023 Von Miller. 2023, 2024 Von Miller, dude. Like this, he's aging.
Yeah, and the dude came off an ACL, coming off his ACL, hasn't really done much. And I think the same could be said. With Damar Hamlin. Like what has he done?
Damar's a serviceable guy on special teams. That's it.
And the fact that he's second, like a secondary favorite to win Comeback Player of the Year, which is actually bullshit. Because he hasn't shown me
one tackle. You're going to give him a pity win because he almost died on the field last year?
Like, Flacco and Baker are the only two guys I can see. Hell, even maybe I could throw Matthew Stafford in that conversation.
I'm not going to give him a pity vote because he almost died on the field. Yeah, it's sad that he almost died on the field. It should have never happened. I'm glad he's better, but it doesn't.
But what has he really shown to be really worth Comeback Player of the Year?
Yeah, for me, you've got to earn a Comeback Player of the Year. You got to earn it. You can't just get a pity vote because he almost died last year.
Look at Baker. Look at the bullshit he had to go through. Cleveland, Carolina.
Cleveland, they fucked him up because, we're going to play hurt. He was not healthy enough to play because he was making mistakes because he wasn't healthy enough to play. He couldn't use his back foot to make an accurate pass.
And also, too, his shoulder was so fucked up, too, because, I mean, he was supposed to have shoulder surgery.
Up, so his arm strength was, he could use his back, but his shoulder was fucked up.
Yeah, you can't use your shoulder.
He didn't have that power that he had that got him to the playoffs. And then they traded him to Carolina. What do they got? Nobody.
Ugh, good Lord.
No offensive line, no receivers, nobody. He wasn't going to succeed there. Period.
No, and the fact that he was a backup to Sam Darnold, of all fucking people.
Yeah, and then after that, he goes to the Rams.
Actually, looked like he was okay.
He looked good there. He looked good.
But I guess, and then obviously Walker free agent.
Again, yeah, you were about to say it. Small sample size. What was it? One game?
I think it was 1 or 2 games, give or take.
1 or 2 games. But he looked good. And then he goes to the Bucs.
He bets on himself going to Tampa Bay.
Career resurgence.
Well, it's not just that too, Tyler. Because remember, there was always the biggest argument, like who's going to really take the starting spot? Was it Mayfield or Kyle Trask?
But that's an easy thing, though. Because I think Baker would have won.
We'll get to that, Arco. Trust me. I'm going to laugh.
Just on paper, Rob. Baker wins out against
Kyle. Easy.
No question about it. But
look, I still think Baker's
my thing is though, going in, my question is Baker really as bad as he seemed when he was hurt?
Or making him out to be.
Yeah, but hold on, let me finish. You keep butting in, bro. But 2018, 2019, was he really that bad? in Carolina, was he really that bad?
We don't know.
We didn't know. Was that 1 or 2 games with the Rams a fluke? We didn't know. But then he started playing well in almost every. Yeah, was it perfect? No, because they went 9-8. But
Let's be honest, that division's kind of crappy, but
that division's also kind of crap. But they won out in that division. Hell, they beat us. They beat the shit out of us.
yeah, and
Like they stomped the mud hole on us and walked that shit dry. You know?
yeah,
And yes, wrestling reference, Stone Cold reference. Hell yeah, all right. But that was the thing though. Like he beat what was supposed to be a top team in the Eagles, which that was an impressive win nonetheless. I don't care if he had bad coordinators, bad defense, bad whatever. All right, that was a top team that they beat. So Baker deserves most of that credit too.
Oh, for sure.
For beating the hell out of us, the holy hell out of us. All right. So yeah, Baker had a resurgence in my eyes. He had a resurgence. And I expect, and I'm sure you expect it too, the Buccaneers to get even better next year.
Yeah, I do expect that because let's be real. When we look at if you look at that quarterback play in that division, it's not great. You got
no,
you got Derek Carr, who was meh. Bryce Young was completely hot ass, and you can't fault him for that because he had nobody.
No help. You had an old ass Adam Thielen. That's it.
And the offensive line came like say, nobody's blocking.
And then also their dumbasses traded DJ Moore.
And then put up 1,000-yard season with Chicago, I think it was.
Yeah, he lit up Chicago.
And then
he lit up over there. Like
and that's
like y'all really lost out on that damn trade. You
also
should have kept DJ.
Tyler, it's not just that too. Remember, they took Bryce Young over CJ Stroud, and look how rolling that turned out.
But again, like you said, though, that wasn't really his fault.
Yeah,
but I also didn't like how they used Frank Reich as like a scapegoat. I didn't.
Yeah, like that. That's true as well.
And people were saying, "Oh, he was a bad coach." He really wasn't a bad coach.
He just got dealt with a shitty hand.
He was dealt with a shitty hand. What did he have a? Did he have a really crappy year in Indy? But he was working with Carson Wentz.
I mean, Carson Wentz. He also had Matt Ryan.
Carson Wentz. Come on.
And Matt fucking Ryan. Like past his prime, Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan, who was old as shit and washed up too.
But
then again, Carson Wentz shouldn't be washed up. He's young, but he's just ass.
It's like
he's just a bag of ass. All right. Yeah, I went there. I went there.
Yep.
It's funny. Just let it out. Let's laugh it out.
But honestly, I still think that's if you're going to ask, like, tell me, I still think Tampa Bay is still going to run that AFC South or NFC South. I'm sorry, because I still can't trust. Literally, if anybody does any like football pick'ems each and every year,
I don't trust any of the teams.
Yeah, the New Orleans Saints are the teams that you can't trust. Carolina.
Here's the thing. I don't trust any of the teams but the Bucs right now.
Because that's the only team that knows how to win. That's the crazy part. And
they got a more than serviceable quarterback.
And I'll flat out admit too, I was completely wrong because I thought Todd Bowles is going to be a one and done head coach. I think he earns himself another year.
I feel like Todd Bowles, he was dealt a pretty shitty hand every fucking time.
Yeah. And the fact they won the division with it.
Like, look where he's been before the Bucs. None of those teams that he's been before were built to be good.
Nope, I agree.
All those teams he was with, poorly constructed by management. Poorly constructed.
And Tampa Bay's been different the last couple of years.
It's been a lot different. You know, you're still banking on Mike Evans. Great move. Yeah, he had a pretty off and on year this year, but he was still.
But still, Mr. Another 1,000-yard season. He's been Mr. Consistent in terms of 1,000-yard receiving, 1,000+ yards.
Yeah, true.
But I mean, they got some pretty nice receivers.
They have weapons. They have weapons. All they were really missing was a quarterback.
Yeah.
And then they got their quarterback in Baker. Yeah, was he perfect? No, because
Not really.
They went 9-8. They lost in the playoffs.
To
The next
Detroit.
round after Philly. And yeah, was it perfect? No, but it was a stepping stone for the future. And Baker's a good quarterback.
And they actually have some competent QB play because
Yeah,
look, Kyle Trask. I've seen that dude in college. That dude's not even that good.
he's ass. He's terrible. I saw him in college too. He's
Even some of the games he's started when Baker had to go out for Thomas.
terrible.
Yeah, just I that's another thing too. I would expect
I feel like some of the season wasn't Baker's fault because he was hurt for some of the games, and I guess that's the reason why they were 9-8.
Well, and that's the crazy
Kyle
thing.
Trask was starting for some of the games.
I mean, temporary. Well, he was only in there as a temporary replacement till because Baker has. That's another thing too. Like, yeah, even though
some
Baker,
replacement there, Rob. The guy's terrible.
and that's another point. Obviously, I suggest to see Tampa Bay improve their backup QB situation because
they need some proper quarterback depth. They do.
Because I mean, look, you pretty much got everywhere else. I mean, Vita Vea still very nice at the part of that front seven.
Yep.
Along with who else? I mean, Cody Mouch. When you look at that offensive line,
Cody
I mean, the dude with no front teeth. I mean, you look like a complete fucking hockey player.
Bro looks like a hockey player, but he's playing football.
But look, yeah, I mean, if you look at this Tampa Bay roster on paper, it's not the greatest, but they can still put up about, I mean, at best, 25, 30 points a game on paper on the offensive side.
And sometimes that's all you really need is 25, 30 points a game.
And they played some solid defense, too, down the stretch.
And that's why. That's pretty much 25, 30 points a game is optimal when you have a great defense.
And it's a recipe for success. Why do you think a lot of teams I've seen...
And another good thing, too, that's why Todd Bowles is there as their head coach. He specializes in defense.
And it's going to be interesting, though, because they're actually going to have to find a new offensive coordinator because their OC is going to Carolina. God help them.
Good luck with that.
Oh, good God.
Oh, why would you accept the
Carolina? And yeah, Arco, I do know about play-by-play with JJ because I've seen his stuff a couple times. And also at the same time, now in terms of going into some of the coaching and our front office hires that we've seen, case in point, probably the biggest one everyone's probably been talking about was Jim Harbaugh coming to Los Angeles, going to the Chargers. And here's the thing, and Jake,
it's the glasses. It's the but here's the thing. I'm gonna use that. I'm like the skinnier version of you.
Yeah, you know what? I actually can see that now. God damn it! Now I can't unsee it. God damn it!
We're basically fucking twins. Yeah, I can't unsee it either. Thanks, RQ. I'm like the skinnier version of Rob.
But going back to that, especially with Jim Harbaugh of the Chargers, I was kind of surprised at it. But then again, I didn't really think it was not a surprise because I think that seems like a perfect fit.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Herbert, boy, there's been a big narrative around him. Like, can he get it done? It's like, seems like some of these quarterbacks, like Herbert and Allen's, like, there's always like that this negative narrative, like they can't get it done to the postseason or whatever for case have you. Hispanos, good Lord.
For the Chargers, though, that should not be a narrative. Should not be a narrative. I'll tell you why.
Hey, lay it out.
2 words. Coach Staley. That's the reason why they've lost in the playoffs. That's the reason why they missed this year. Has nothing to do with Herbert and his level of play. For me, he looks like a really, really good quarterback. And I feel like he could, with the right coaching, he could be a tremendous quarterback in the playoffs.
And especially,
I feel like with the new hiring of John Harbaugh,
Jim.
John's in fucking Baltimore. What am I thinking? I'm getting a brother.
They're pretty much they're identical twins. Those who are for those who don't know.
Jim Harbaugh, back in the NFL under them.
Who would have thought that we ever see Jim Harbaugh go back to the NFL?
I mean, I could have thought because he was never bad.
The dude.
That's also what our boss, aka our friend,
Yeah, he's finally fucking happy after all this time.
our friend Jake
Jake
Silva said he said he was never bad, even in the later years of San Fran. He just wanted to go to college,
and
coach a
went back.
college team, and he went to Michigan, won a natty. Now he's back in the NFL because he did all he could in the college level as a coach.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that was the only thing he ever accomplished, is not win a national championship.
And that's why he went back. It wasn't because he sucked in San Fran. He didn't. Let's be honest, he didn't.
Nah. But now you got Justin Herbert, and I'm going to be very interesting of what his.
But let me. I didn't even finish my thought, man. Hold on, for a minute. I just realized I never finished my thought.
Yeah, you kind of went on the beaten path a little bit.
Yeah, but with the fact of Jim Harbaugh going to the Chargers, I feel like we'll finally see Justin Herbert's true potential.
Because he's shown flashes, even let's put under Brandon Staley, which I don't know.
Excuse me. We didn't see it under. I mean, we didn't see flashes. We saw brilliance under him. It was just the coaching staff, Brandon Staley, being absolutely terrible at coaching and blowing it for him.
Mm-hmm.
Had nothing to do with, Justin Herbert last year was just okay and that's why they missed. No, absolutely not. That's not what I think at all. I think despite them missing the playoffs, I think Justin Herbert played exceptionally well. It was just the coaching just got in his way.
Mm-hmm.
Now with Jim Harbaugh on the coaching staff, I feel like the coaching will stay out of his way, and they're gonna let Justin Herbert cook.
And we can see better quarterback development because Jim Harbaugh is also really very well known for quarterback development. Remember, he was the guy that groomed Colin Kaepernick.
He groomed Colin Kaepernick. He made Alex Smith good when he was bad.
Yeah, I forgot he had Alex Smith. I completely forgot about that.
Alex Smith good. That was like right before Kaepernick though. He made Alex Smith good when he was terrible in 2004. Jim got there, and then he was good when Jim got there because he knows how to develop quarterbacks. He knows how to develop them.
And then the fact you got had a bright future with Justin Herbert, and hopefully,
how much development does Justin Herbert need? I feel like Jim Harbaugh will like switch his career to a second gear, but I don't think Justin Herbert needs that much developing. Let's be honest.
That's true.
I don't think Justin Herbert needs that much development. He's a really good quarterback.
Oh yeah. And at the same time, also we'll see. It's going to be interesting what the stats going to be looking like because let's really. And I know they're going to have a lot of work to do in the all season, because you still got to pay Khalil Mack, who, funny enough, who actually turned back the goddamn clock. So Khalil Mack's I don't think myself
I don't think he turned back the clock. He was just never bad.
Yeah.
Even when he's aging, he's never bad. Like he never regressed. He regressed, but never regressed.
Like he never really took. Like you never saw he took a step.
He never he hasn't shown his age yet.
No, he doesn't.
Basically, the LeBron of football.
Yeah, I can see that. But at the same time,
but he doesn't show regression. It's weird.
And the dude's still in phenomenal shape at his age. Yep. And at the same time, they're going to be. I've seen there's potential that I can see Joey Bosa could be on his way out of the building because, boy, I know a lot. Even, boy, Jake is kind of being fed up with Joey Bosa because the last 2 seasons has only played a total of 14 total games in the last 2 years.
And I think it's best for him to walk.
Or if you're definitely going to trade him, at least get a 5th or a 6th for him.
Yeah,
there's no way you'll be lucky to get a 4th if you're lucky.
If you're going to trade him for at least a 4th, 5th, or 6th pick.
Because
flip that, and if you wanted to, maybe flip that pick for another elite defender.
For sure. And also
You
get
know?
better, at least get another wide receiver to at least fucking help because good Lord, Quentin Johnston, it's
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't trust him. I don't trust him at all. He's trash.
Not just that too. You also got two receivers can't stay fucking healthy. And that's Keenan Allen, and Mike Williams.
Again, Keenan Allen, though, he's getting older. He's been there for a minute. In
Is that
the
the
Chargers.
no? Why for some reason I was thinking for Austin Eckler for some reason that's who I was thinking of because I could see the face, but it's like it's Mike Keenan Allen.
I made the same blunder just now.
Holy crap, Keenan Allen! Holy shit!
Here's the thing: I can't remember on that because I made that same blunder like a minute ago.
But yeah,
I can't even rib you on that one. We both did that shit.
But yeah, the Chargers they got some work. They don't have a ton of work, but they got some adjustments that they got to make. Going into this off season.
Yep.
But now we're moving on to the because I know there's been a lot of front office and coaching changes, which we're not going to go over because there is a ton. But just pick out the noticeable ones. But now we're moving to the NFC and NFC title game. So you guys for the AFC it's the Chiefs and Ravens. Which I was hoping I want to see this matchup because and I remember me and Tyler we hear this narrative say, Lamar can't win in the postseason, yada yada yada.
What just happened? What just happened last round? That narrative has been thrown out.
And I mean, and especially the Houston fans, you got nothing to hang your head about because
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I mean,
y'all have a bright future. You have a great defense, a great offense. CJ Stroud's a dog. All right,
it looks like legit.
Out.
Finally, an Ohio State quarterback actually pans out for a change.
I'm gonna tell you, capital DAWG. That's what that guy is. All right.
Mm-hmm.
D'Amico Ryans, absolutely phenomenal head coach.
Also, great choice, by the way, for the Houston Texans. Finally,
because they were going to go with another guy, and that was not going to be a good pick. That was not going to be a good pick. Luckily, they didn't go with that one.
Not just that, too. They actually have done really well in the draft, especially not just getting CJ Stroud at 2, but also trade up to 3, get Will Anderson Jr., who actually looked pretty okay.
Yeah,
but I think there's going to be more.
Yeah, they had a really good draft. Because we were in all when we streamed that draft, we were like, wow,
I was like, damn, Nick Cassera put on his big boy pants on it.
But yeah, we were like, damn, Houston had a really great draft this year.
Because it's getting to the point. It's like Houston fans are getting fucking tired of being laughed at because, good Lord,
well, you ain't getting laughed at now. You're getting fucking applauded. You're getting clapped at. That's it.
Oh yeah, finally. Yay, I mean, and then once you get Tank Dell healthy, good fucking God, that's gonna be stupid.
Once they get those defenders are
just Tank Dell that guys get healthy.
And those receivers.
I mean, Nico Collins, good Lord.
Nico Collins, he needs to be healthy next
year. Great fantasy pickup for those who are doing fantasy football.
Yep. Nico Collins needs to be healthy. Tank Dell needs to be healthy. I think they'll be fine next year. They'll be fine.
I mean, now I would say Christian Harris does need help on the outside, though. That's my only gripe with that defense a little bit. Christian Harris does need a little bit help on that running backer, but I think Nick Caserio he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. That the way that he's constructed this team, he knows exactly what he's doing. I think he's going to improve this team next year. I fully expect them to be one of the teams that runs through the AFC. I know I made a post on Facebook and I got laughed at for it.
And you were right. You were the only one in our group.
I was saying the Texans are one of the teams.
Like you may not want to run to the.
That's gonna be one of the teams to look out for in the AFC.
And it's not just that too. And you got the Chargers who brought in fucking Jim Harbaugh, and you got the Raiders or they're up and up. You got some of the AFC who finally actually are on the up and up. Now the Jags, I don't know about them because good Lord,
the Jags. There's some question marks there with them, but if they have like a considerably worse season than they did this year, I know they went 9-8, they missed the playoffs. If they have a worse season, and it's because of Trevor Lawrence, I am not putting all my money on that guy anymore. I'm not gonna put and my
And
chips on that.
nice. That's
I'm not,
classic.
like, as a Clemson fan, that would hurt if he had a huge regression. This year, he was okay at best. But like, I did stop saying he's a generational guy. I
Oh,
stopped
good.
at that. I'm like, yeah, he is not generational.
Yeah, that generational my ass.
That generational narrative, that's completely dashed in my eyes. He is
Yeah,
not generational at all in the league, at all.
he just looked average.
He's an average quarterback at this point, you know.
And
But yeah, he's got a young career, and his career could take a turn, and he could become one of the best. But like right now, he's average.
right, and I'm not going to hold my breath on if he does take a step forward because now, yes, granted that Jacksonville has Teal is probably one of the better quarterbacks that Jacksonville has had in quite some time. I mean, you got to go through fucking Blaine Gabbert. I remember he was the starter at 1 year. You also had fucking Blake damn Bortles.
Hold on, whoa, hold on. Blaine Gabbert was before Bortles. Bortles was ass. He got carried by the running game in 2017.
And also got carried by the and that Saxonville defense.
Yeah, and that defense getting like loads of sacks. And then like after that, you got it. Who'd they get after that? I'm not sure.
And they
brought back Nick Foles for some reason.
And he got hurt in week 1 and didn't see it.
Week 1. I'm like, they don't even know how to get quarterbacks. I mean, yeah, they paid Nick Foles because of what happened a year prior to him winning the Super Bowl in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of got why they got him because I would have done the same thing. So I feel like it was just bad luck for Jacksonville. But
I think after
that, they got the top pick. They got Trevor Lawrence, and he's been okay.
And I think it was. Yeah, you got Trevor Lawrence this year, or was it in 2020? And they also had Minshew.
It was in 2020 because he had lost the national championship to LSU, and then he declared for the draft right after.
Yeah, that was disappointing. But
that was super disappointing. We lost to Joe Burrow.
Well, then again, that's probably the best LSU teams we've seen in quite some time. With fucking Joe Burrow, I think Justin Jefferson might have been on that, and that wide receiver.
Justin Jefferson was on that core.
Who else you had? Because boy,
I have no idea.
That's a stacked fucking LSU team. And
then after that season, LSU the next year went out sad because they lost Joe Burrow in the same draft.
Who honestly, you would tell? Well, I don't know. It's really too soon to tell. Like who has a better early career projection?
I think right now the better career projection.
I was probably Burrow.
Is Joe Burrow, excluding this season because he got hurt. He got hurt with that weird arm injury where he did.
And then that hamstring injury in training camp.
Yeah, the hammy. That he pulled. No, that was a calf injury.
It was a calf injury.
His calf. Like he tore his calf running the foot, like scrambling. He didn't even get hit. He just tore it.
Yeah, it's like a simple practice and just strains his calf.
He strains his calf running. Like, okay. But he gets hurt. I think he got hurt in like a Monday night game or something. And, he did something to the nerve of his arm or something.
It was in his hand. Something. He snapped a nerve. He broke his arm.
He completely snapped a nerve in his hand.
Yeah, he literally. And you could tell. So it's like, look, he's like, nah, I can't throw the football. Like he literally cannot.
Like he got it up to here, and before he even got the ball out of his hand, he screamed. Like he full on screamed.
I was like, damn.
I'm like, shit.
But and that's really what worries me because we talked about this, I think 1 or 2 episodes ago. Like the biggest argument with Burrow is like, with all these injuries piling up, like, is it time to call him injury prone? Because good Lord, it really sucks because the dude had to go through a torn ACL in his rookie season. Then obviously this year with the strained calf and a broken hand. I was like, God damn.
So he got hit with like a double whammy. this season, and it's been
And the fact that he's been more sacked in his career than fucking Andrew Luck, that is concerning. When I saw that,
but it's not really concerning because most of those sacks happened 1 year.
Yeah,
it happened the majority of those sacks happened in his rookie season in 2020. You know, like he was getting sacked to oblivion. I think he got hurt. I think by like week 5 that year. He didn't even play the rest of that year. They went 4-11-1, same record as we did. Regrettably so.
Unfortunately,
because we tied with them week 2 or whatever. And then after that, we just sucked.
Yeah,
but they sucked the same as we did. They went 4-11-1 that year. But then Joe Burrow stayed relatively healthy the next year, and he compensated for a weak offensive line with running game, with the running being mobile, and he had receivers. Finally getting Jamar Chase. And all the rest
it's kind of crazy too. And like I said, even on
the other guy. That was the other guy as well. On the other side
and remember,
of the field
and Tyler can attest too. Is I didn't like them taking Jamar Chase because I said it's like this is not gonna work out for them. Boy, was I turned out to be fucking wrong,
dude. I looked at you funny. I'm like, really?
You think that's not gonna work
out? Did you not watch the national championship? He lit up.
Well, it's not because college is one thing, but can you really transfer it over to the big time?
But that's anything, man. Like that's what any receiver. But if you're that good in college, you might be that good in the pros.
And then again we saw that
it wasn't like you're saying that. Oh, I don't think he's gonna be that good. Like from what evidence do you think he's not gonna be that good? If you've seen him in college, he was great.
Yeah,
and I really do for it.
And Tyler, I say, look, I told you so.
I told you he was gonna be good. It was gonna be a good move.
And well, Jamar Chase pretty much shut me up after that. Say, I gotta make sure I gotta keep my mouth shut next time we do any. I'm like,
drafts. you better. I'm like, you better watch out. You're gonna get a Burrow to chase bombs all season. Look what happened, Burrow to chase bombs.
And yeah, we saw that. But
saw plenty of that.
But outside of that, I want to go with Baltimore over Kansas City, just because with the way that the Ravens have, at times, I think this is going to be a very close one. It's like the battle of really good defenses in the AFC. But I think I got the Ravens slightly edging out the Chiefs by, I see about a touchdown.
I was thinking the same way, dude. Too, because I think they got carried by that defense division. I think it was like wild card divisional, or no wild card.
Right.
They got carried, and then they got obviously they got carried again divisional round by a defense, and the Travis Kelce touchdown.
Yeah,
which I'm glad Travis Kelce is finding his footing again, because the back half of the season he wasn't great. But he found his footing in the divisional round. But other than that, you still got Kadarius Toney. You still got all these other guys who can't catch a cold, let alone a ball.
Yeah.
So it's like
Patrick Mahomes could do so much.
Patrick Mahomes can do so much. So I feel like this is Lamar's time to dethrone
Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes and the Chiefs being the kings of the AFC.
Because
time to dethrone them.
Because I've always said it, even when we brought the show in, like Baltimore has always had potential to be, hang with the big boys of the AFC.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you look at the Ravens team in years, and granted, yes, I know we're not going to count the years past, but you got to look at the of how the Baltimore Ravens, they actually know how to construct their roster. Now, at the same time, yeah, they had to reach into the free agency pool and get guys like Odell. Funny enough, is actually playing some solid football at his age. with no fucking knee, which is crazy.
Yeah,
Mark,
I was shocked with that because I'm like, don't you have a
I was like,
bum
oh,
knee?
this
How are you
is
still that fast?
still playing.
How are you still accelerating as fast as you are, getting open as fast as you do?
Yeah,
With a
get the
bad knee?
separation of Odell of the Giants of old, but that's besides that. And that's another thing too. Then I was thinking the biggest knock on the Ravens is like they kind of don't give a crap about wide receivers, and well,
They
they
do.
know they do now,
Yeah.
and now at least Mark Andrews actually has some actual help because actually when he can get separation, I don't know. I just think this Baltimore with the wide receivers, Mark Andrews. I think you still have Justice Hill. I think
Yeah,
Kenyon.
you still have
I don't know if
Justice Hill there.
I don't
You
know if
have
Kenyon Drake
Odell.
is. If Kenyon Drake's on the roster, yeah, that's
That's a good
uh,
solid four. That's a good solid four piece there. For
a 4-piece combo with an extra large soda.
yes,
Sorry,
yes. Four piece chicken nugget with a soda. Probably some
but
fries in there
like
too,
I
you
said,
know.
I think the Ravens do edge it out. I'd be shocked if Kansas City beats them at home. But now we're moving to the end. And those for those who are wondering, yes, the Baltimore is favored by 4 over Kansas City for those who are putting their bets in. Then we go to the NFC. This should be interesting because you got a team that's been there for the 4th time in 5 years, and the first time, and God knows how fucking long. The Detroit Lions is going to Santa Clara to take on the San Francisco 49ers at 6:30 on Fox, which San Francisco is favored by 7 over the Lions.
I'm gonna do this because I'm an Eagles fan, but I feel obligated to do it. Hey Dallas, the Detroit Lions, who haven't been in the NFC Championship since the '90s, went back. Where have you been? Exactly, sitting at home.
Because I brought that up. It's like, it's funny enough because, and look, and Detroit's done been through a lot of shit. I mean, the curse of Bobby Lane, you had Barry Sanders retiring 99.
Then they haven't made it. They haven't made it back to the NFC Championship since like the '90s. I forgot
Give
the
or
last
take.
year they made it to the NFC Championship game. But they had just broken their streak of 32 years of not winning a playoff game, and since
Oh, yeah.
1992.
Arco, trust me, we feel you. You're the only. I've seen like true Cowboys
I
fans
don't want to
that don't
hear
want
it
to.
because of the Joneses. Well, the Joneses think they have a roster. They don't. So you'll never see a playoff. But I'm not talking about like the people who are like they know that there's an issue. Like you are. I'm talking about the fans. Oh, Hardy har har 5 rings. Hardy har har. We won in the '90s.
Like, have you been alive for those 5 rings?
It's been 20 something years.
Almost almost it's 20. It makes it 29 years.
It's basically It's basically 30. It's basically
Mm-hmm.
30. The last time y'all won a freaking championship. I don't want to hear it.
And Tyler, to answer your question, the last time the Lions been in an NFC title game was back in 1991.
Oh, so I got even more receipts.
Yep, that's going to.
So let's be real. The Lions made it back to the NFC Championship game since the '90s, the early '90s, 1991.
And then he saw, and at that time he still had Brett
You
Favre.
still got the damn Cowboys can't win a playoff game, but yet the most of the Cowboys fans, not all, can't keep the '90s out of their mouths.
Nope.
It's been almost 30 years. Give it up. Y'all just suck.
Yeah. But yeah. So my gut's telling me, look, my heart's telling me Detroit, but I'm going for San Francisco on this one. For some reason, it just.
Here's the thing. Logically, I'm going the same way. Logically, it's the 49ers, but like in my heart,
You want to see Detroit finally making their first Super.
See the underdog win so much. You
But
want to see it. But
I don't know. I think
it's a game where we're conflicted. That's the problem.
Because there is a possibility we could see an upset because the Niners look like absolute fucking trash. I've never seen a team like the Niners ever struggle against the fucking Packers team whatsoever. And the fact that Brock Purdy, look, granted, awesome story from him, and actually played some solid football, don't get me wrong. But in that game, he looked like crap. I mean, he had lost Debo to a shoulder injury. I mean, that team is pretty much
it's depleted at this point. I mean, you're losing players to injuries. Brock Purdy had an okay-ish game,
and they just struggled against a team that was super young and the Green Bay Packers by 3 points. But see, that's where the problem is, and that's where the problem. Another thing I want to kind of poke some holes at, but no one's going to say a goddamn thing about it because, like, oh, it's the Niners, we can give them a pass. But when it's everybody else, it's a whole different conversation. Besides
and again, I'm going to rib the 49ers a new one too. When's the last time y'all won a Super Bowl?
I think was it 1990.
1994, 95? One of those years? I don't want to hear
what Niners last
that,
Super Bowl was 1994.
We got a ring. Okay, back in the 90s.
Yeah, it's 1994.
Like you haven't won since 94. Give it up. We've stopped talking about 2017 already.
Because we moved on from it.
We moved on. It happened. Yeah. Are we happy we got that one ring? Yeah. But we're like, oh, we got a ring. We got a ring. We're not doing that shit.
Yeah, the one ring in like 60 plus years.
The one time a blind squirrel found a nut. That's what happened. Let's be real.
I can't believe you just fucking pulled that one out. Okay. But
the one time a blind squirrel found a nut. That's what happened in 2017.
But that's moving on. Now, to a little bit of the NBA, a little bit, because there's not really much other than Milwaukee. Have fucking fun.
Have fun with poor defense. Have fun with poor defense.
What defense?
And for Philly fans, oh, we'll miss you. And that one time he hit a bomb in the the one time he hits a bomb, and in the next 30 games he strikes out.
No, not that Milwaukee team. I'm talking about the Bucks.
Oh wait, I thought you were talking about the freaking Brewers. Never mind.
Oh, Brewers, they can go kick rocks.
Shoot. Yeah, they kick rocks.
So you have Adrian Griffin is out as the head coach.
Good fucking luck with Doc Rivers. Because you're gonna make the second round. Oh, we got something cooking. Cooking. We're up 3-1. Oh, game.
I was like, oh, but outside of that,
weren't we up 3-1 last year?
Yep. What happened?
And it was 3-1.
We completely fucking collapsed.
Here's the thing: we were up 3-2. You need one game to win to go to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2001. But Doc lost 2 games. The final game we lost was a blowout. We didn't have a chance.
Nope. And that was on our home floor.
On our home fucking. Yeah.
Yeah. That was bad.
Yeah.
But then again, it could be worse when But where I want to call is the Giannis some of the bullshit. It's like the fact that he said he liked Adrian Griffin. Because first of all, the Bucks were 30-13. You're second in the East. And yet you fire Adrian Griffin, which never made any fucking sense to me whatsoever.
I don't understand why they did that, but then again, I do see why they fired him. That was a very lucky 30-13.
Yeah,
if you think about it, because the team wasn't really cohesive. They weren't buying into what he was
selling.
Coaching. He was selling, yeah, but that was. I think that was pretty much the reason there wasn't a connect there. I know they were 30-13. But that roster is going to go 30-13 regardless.
Because at the same time, I think Dante said it best too. I think the one player they're missing terribly is Jrue Holiday. There's no defense whatsoever on that Milwaukee Bucks team.
None.
And I said on social media,
no defense.
How much you want to bet? If Milwaukee's going to be consistent, let's just say consistent playoff exits, how much longer does Giannis going to put up with the bullshit? How long is he going to take it before he asks?
I don't think he's going to leave. I think he loves Milwaukee too much to leave. But here's the problem that I have. You get rid of a no-name head coach.
For a guy
for a guy who's known to choke in the playoffs.
Choke with us and choke with the Clippers on multiple occasions.
But everybody's like, but the 2008 Celtics,
he got fucking carried by 3 Hall of Famers.
Bro, every freaking time somebody hires him, they bring up the 2008 freaking Celtics.
And you got
they had KG, Paul Pierce,
Ray Allen. Like the big 3 Hall of Famers that carried that Celtics team to a championship.
You got carried by Hall of Famers, man. You're not a great head coach. They're just great
and you got
players.
Actual NBA heads actually saying, like, what the fuck? Not saying what the fuck, basically, but they're kind of like poke holes and it's like,
they're laughing. They're laughing their ass off.
It's like they just want to still hang on that 08 championship like it means anything. It's been what is it, 2024 now? Has it been 15 years?
15 years since he's won a championship. And that one championship that he won, he got carried by greatness.
And let's be real, in the East, and he had an easy path through the East. Let's keep it a buck here.
The East was shit back in 08. Who do you have? The depleted Cavs, who only have LeBron.
Yeah, you had that.
You had who else? The Pistons, who were just all right at that point before they blew it up in 09. Who else? Who else was good in 08? The Heat, who were all right at that point. That's why LeBron went there, so he can make them go from all right to great.
Yeah.
But yeah, you didn't really have much in the East. You didn't. And that's the thing. Like, it was always going to be the Celtics and everybody else that year.
Pretty much.
Because you had the big.
Because here's the thing. When you look at the best teams in 2008, you had, and according to each division, the Atlantic Division was Boston at 62-20. The Central, you had the Cleveland Cavaliers that went 66-16. The Orlando Magic, I'm kind of very surprised they actually had above 500 record, because when I think of the Magic, I think they're like the most bottom dwelling in the Southeast.
No, you're thinking of recent Orlando Magic.
That's who I'm thinking of.
They were great because they had Dwight Howard and the rest.
Prime Dwight Howard before all the bullshit that was going through. But 59-23, you had the Lakers who went 65-17 in the Pacific. Northwest, you have the Nuggets.
The Western Conference. They're in the Western Conference. They don't.
Yeah, when you look at the Western
was pretty strong, but not as strong.
Well, not unless you're Grizzlies, Kings, and Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah. But they just coasted through the East.
Because the best record belonged to the Cavs.
Yeah, but the Cavs only got to that record because LeBron was carrying them. That was a carry job, if I know one. That was a carry job.
Well, when you look at the roster, yeah.
And it was blatantly obvious when I think it was like 2010 or 2011. It was blatantly obvious.
Mm-hmm.
2010-11 season was blatantly obvious that the Cavaliers were carried by LeBron, because once he left, that team was trash.
Yeah, yeah,
like immediately trash.
And we saw a lot of jersey burnings and
no, I'm not talking about that. Hold on, button it again. But they didn't even construct they didn't even do anything to the roster. They just lost LeBron, and then they were just trash.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't even trying to suck. They just sucked.
Yeah, and which is funny, but which is crazy to really think about it,
And then their stupid asses until 15-16.
They brought him back.
When they brought LeBron back, they tried to make Carey be the next guy to carry job, to do a carry job. He couldn't even do that.
No, it had to be LeBron again.
Had to bring over LeBron.
And it's like, I'm thinking about, because me and Tyler were talking about this. I think it was just after we graduated high school. It's like, where have we seen this before? Oh, wait, we saw this 8 years prior.
Oh, no, it was actually 6 years prior, because we graduated 2016.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I can't do math in my good head. But besides that.
But dude, we were 2014, 2015, it was Well, from like 2011 to like 2014, 15, that was like when it was like carry job. And then 2014, that's when LeBron came. They were instant finals contenders. They lost to the damn Golden State Warriors 2015, 16. They won a thing.
Yep.
Um,
Golden State couldn't live it down because they were one of probably the best teams that blew a 3-1 lead into the postseason.
you blew a 3-1. But we were like, but the thing is, we were laughing at Cleveland as well in baseball because they did the same thing.
Oh,
the same
yeah.
year.
I forgot about that.
I'm like, how do you win? How do you make a team blow a 3-1 lead and then you blow a 3-1 lead in another sport?
Like, how does
How
that
do you
even
do that?
I have no freaking clue. But moving on, the Warriors, this past Wednesday, actually, this was actually pretty nice to watch. Under their late assistant coach, Dejan Milojevic, who unfortunately passed away from a heart attack at the age of 46, which, boy, that sucked. Just hearing the news is like, damn.
Yeah, like we heard that he went to the hospital for like a heart he had a heart issue and then he just dies like a few hours later.
Yeah, it's like,
and then no, that was pretty sad to see. But I love what Steve Kerr said in that pregame speech. He goes, "I don't want a moment of silence. I want every fan in this building to get on your feet and clap for the guy."
yes,
I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah, exactly, which that's very unfortunate. Literally had a team dinner.
Attack. Oh yeah, that's what it was. He had a heart attack or heat attack or heart attack, whatever.
Heart attack.
Yeah, yes. He had a heart attack during the team dinner. He went to the hospital and died there. But yeah, what Steve Kerr said in that thing, it was really cool. He wasn't just a coach; he was a friend, and then he said, "I don't want you guys to give us a moment of silence. I want you to clap and cheer as loud as you can."
I mean, and you also saw it through with the in Serbia too, where he's from. Even in their league, they actually gave him a standing ovation.
And even the Toronto Raptors coach knew the guy, and he had a heartfelt message.
It's
in a post game presser.
It really does suck to see some good. It doesn't matter if you're a coach or you just see it's just a normal human being just
drop dead like that,
and just have their lives taken away too quickly.
Yeah.
We got a couple more things as well. Well, for those who are hockey fans, because we talked about this a couple times the last couple of episodes.
Yeah, boy.
It's getting spicy.
Yesterday around 1:00, we had Danny Briere, GM of the Flyers. He had a press conference stating that there's still like the investigation for the whole, what was it, like
2018
sexual assault thing?
Sexual assault back in 2018 for that team Canada World Junior Championship.
Sexual assault
I think Gala,
scandal.
I think it was.
Yeah, it was a sexual assault scandal from Team Canada, and Carter Hart was involved.
Well, they didn't really name, but don't you think it's a very coincidence that Carter Hart and fourth players have to take indefinite leaves of absences when all the later updates were coming out? I find that very suspicious.
I really do find that a bit fishy and a bit suspicious.
Because if Carter Hart's
I had to take a leave of absence like the day of the
for personal reasons, or you had Dylan Dubé who actually took it for mental health reasons, even though
we all know what it was.
But just
don't spill that mental health nonsense when you took a leave of absence right as the investigation heated up on you guys.
Yeah.
Carter Hart, his wasn't like mental health.
You just said I'm going to take it for personal reasons.
I gotta go. It's just personal reasons, but I gotta go. 4 of the players took leaves of absence.
Two of them were from the Jersey Devils, Cal Foote. And you had one that was actually playing in Switzerland. I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, if these turn out to be the 5 guys, especially Carter Hart, if I'm the Flyers, cut my list is easy.
Honestly, I feel like if all those guys did what is reported that they did in the scandal, they're blacklisted from the NHL or whatever respective league that they're in.
Because
They're blacklisted.
that's fucking ridiculous.
Because what? Because sexual assault in itself is fucking disgusting.
Oh, easy.
Disgusting.
Oh, and trust me, wait till Monday because for those who are wrestling fans, holy crap!
I'm gonna go off on
it's
Mr. Vince McMahon and Mr. Brock Lesnar.
But we're gonna wait till you guys got to turn that notification bell on Monday because you guys don't want to miss that.
I'm gonna go crazy.
But as Tyler said, what's going on with Team Canada, with this World Junior stuff, it's disgusting. Should not be fucking tolerated. And I'll give a lot of some of the front office a lot of credit, doing their due diligence. And especially in Danny Briere's case, because here's the thing, people are going to say, or you can have speculations all you want, but there's no way to. There seem not a lot of people really talk about it because, well, still an investigation going on. But yeah, it seems to me, if I had to put my money on this, for some reason my gut's telling me they pretty much did it. For some reason,
I'm sure they did it because all four of the players that were involved, as soon as the investigation heated up and all the heat was on them, they take leaves of absences.
That's very fishy.
That's fishy to me. That's absolutely fishy.
But like I said, that's all the updates we got at the moment. So like I said, we'll keep an eye on it in the following weeks. And last but certainly not least, for those who are baseball fans like myself, it's a nice, awesome time of year, which is the meeting of your 2024 Hall of Fame class. You have so this year you got Todd Helton, Adrian Beltre, and Joe Mauer are your new inductees to the 2024.
Deserves it. I don't care what some of these players there are hating on Joe Mauer like crazy. Oh, he was just okay.
For those who have not, and also two-time, what was it? MLB, or is it MLB? Was it MLB The Show 11 or MLB 11 The Show, something like that?
MLB 11.
He did the cover twice.
He was on MLB 10 and MLB 11 consecutively.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was on
Todd Helton a lot. Let's be real.
But back in the day, I was a 2K guy, so I really didn't. Whatever. But now I'm an MLB The Show guy because it's carried over to Xbox. But
yep.
But back then, I was a 2K guy.
Look, I've always thought Adrian Beltre was going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer because look at the Texas teams he's been on.
Sure, he was going to be first ballot.
And also too that has some funny moments with him and Miggy too.
Him and Miggy just freaking ribbed each other on the field.
It's also kind of cool to actually see his kids and his are actually getting noticed too from Adrian Beltre. Todd Helton.
I also watched the Todd Helton one. That was a cool moment. Him getting a phone call and his whole family was there.
And also, fun fact: he was actually the starting QB at Tennessee, and who was his backup? Peyton fucking Manning.
Yo, Peyton Manning. Here's the thing: both those guys are Hall of Famers in two sports, and they played on the same team.
Exactly.
Crazy.
And went to this. And also, another fun moment from Todd Helton, 2 weeks, actually faked up a rookie Matt Carpenter at first base. The old hidden ball trick. An old slide veteran pulling that off on a rookie. I was like, but
this year for rookie But yeah, it was it was really cool to see these guys in there. Jay Sutley got 29% of the vote for his first time being on the ballot.
For me, I think he's gonna be a Wall of Famer with Philly. I just don't think I don't think his case is.
I think he'll be a Hall of Famer. I think he
will. Like Hilton, I've always, because a lot of people are. It's also crazy. The last couple of years, I've seen people almost drop Hilton off the ballot because I was like, oh, he played in Coors Field. That's a bunch of bullshit. You know, it's like, oh, yeah.
Did you guys see the rest of his career outside of Colorado? He maintained.
Dude, he had much better numbers away from Colorado than anybody else in that.
Much better numbers. You tell me, he got carried by Coors Field. No, he didn't. He was just that damn good.
Yeah, probably one of the best first basemen. Probably what when he retired, like the mid 2010s.
I'll look it up. Hold on.
Because I am not entirely too sure. Because it feels like forever I've seen a Todd Helton game.
He retired in 2013.
Good grief. Okay.
He retired in 2013. He actually retired in the beginning of the season.
Damn.
September 29th of 2013.
Oh, a 5-time All-Star, 3-time Gold Glove winner, 4-time Silver Slugger, batting champion, RBI leader. Dick Kelsey obviously has his number 17 retired.
He got 79% of the vote.
Yeah, on a 6 year of eligibility.
Yep.
Which, boy, that's crazy.
He batted 320 from 1999 to 2004. Jesus. 372 in 2000.
Good. Yeah, well, that's probably the.
I'm gonna see his numbers right quick. Right here. Blah 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 blah. Words. Too many words. Too many words. I'm looking on Wikipedia. This is bullshit. Baseball reference.
Yeah, I was about to say use baseball reference.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I'm like, why am I on Wikipedia for? His career, he batted 316. That's good. He had a solid rookie season. Then he blew up in '98. Got even better. He had his best season in 2000.
I mean, the only one that
the only 2 years he wasn't great in was obviously his aging years in 2012 and 2013. Yeah. But 2013 he was solid, 249, almost batting 250.
I mean, the dude was a consistent 300 plus. So in his prime years.
Really only had one bad year.
And that's yeah. But yeah, so that is
his on-base percentage. His on-base percentages in freaking 2000 and 2005 were ridiculous.
I mean, he had 463 to 4.
Bro, his slugging in goddamn 2000s is ridiculous.
Like that's like putting him in fucking rookie mode.
That's freaking Terminator shit.
And look at the OPS in 2000, 1162. Good grief! How did OPS?
His OPS was at 1,000 for 5 straight years.
See, from 2000 to 2005, or I'm sorry, 04. That's ridiculously stupid. Bro. I'm sorry, but that is ridiculously stupid. The fact it took him 6 years to finally actually put him in the Hall of Fame is mind-boggling stupid. That's besides the point.
He turned the sliders all the way up in 2000 and kept that shit until 2004.
I mean, because that's the only time he led the league in hits, doubles, RBIs, batting average. I'm surprised he hasn't won the Triple Crown for that.
Dude, I'm surprised too, dude. Like that's.
Then again, I'm sorry. No, I'm an idiot. He was. Oh God, what is the eligibility for the triple? I don't remember if Miggy actually won it. I can't remember.
Miggy won the Triple Crown. Mickey did.
I don't know what the statistical categories for that is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hold up.
The fact that freaking Helton had like 1,000 OPS for like 5 straight freaking years.
That's crazy, ridiculous. Man. But that being said, I don't know what else, but so you're probably wondering what do you guys got probably after this? If you guys like TNA wrestling, we got you guys covered in the net. About shit, I didn't realize. Look at the time.
10 minutes, man. 10 minutes. We got that.
But outside of that, if you guys are new, we should like, subscribe, we should ring that notification bell, and we'll see you guys, or come on, hang out with me and Tyler for TNA Impact if you guys like that kind of stuff. We are out.
Peace.